Hello. This is the second part of critical look at existing software problem and solutions. Now, the question is software engineering an art, science, and engineering? This is major problem issues. We'll talk about that. This is part 2 of critical look at this issue in software engineering. So let me go through this with you to show you what's really going on, because again, this is very important for you to see. And this is unified software engineering, and this is again, we're trying to examine now many issues in existing software engineering. And you'll be surprised. There is a lot of critical look at each aspect of software engineering. We're going to look at it and we'll try to provide a better way of handling it, by the way. So let's go and see what we're going to hear here. We see what's going on. This is 3 pages about me. You could really, this is actually for you to see and actually use any links you want to. The objective of this talk, we have problematic citation. This is 4 slides. We have problematic issue with academics with professionals, those 4 slides. Problem issues with software engineering. This is quite a bit of slides. 2 important questions we have to really find an answer for, conclusion and discussion. So this is again going through a lot of material to show you what's going on here. The problematic citation 1. There is a professor in Calgary. His name Yingxu Wang. I know him. He's a fantastic scientist, one of the best in software engineering science. He's a top researcher. This is again, I know him personally. I work with him. I met with him. He's just superior. I like him. This is again, he has a software engineering foundation as a software science perspectives. This is published in 2007. It's 1,444 pages. I use his work sometimes because again, I'm really into innovation discoveries in practical way. This is again, software engineering is so creative. And so it's not that easy of a field, by the way. But he claims this is only a software engineering science. His book is wonderful. I don't think he made a lot of, maybe a big sale out of it, because again, as you know, software, there's a lot of discussion as an art or science or engineering. I'll be honest with you, the existing software doesn't have any of this, period, So, software engineering is latest and most complicated engineering branch that humankind has ever experienced. Everything we build has to have software. And software is a dilemma, So computers don't fail as much as software applications and system, by the way. So this is therefore, we have to start really looking at it very seriously and pay attention to the details in many different aspects of it and how to really try to avoid many different things I'm going to talk about here. Software engineering is transdisciplinary field with a theoretical foundation, empirical applications, an excellent book for treating as software engineering as a science. This is the first one here, which is actually would really be what's the problematic there? It's emphasized on science only. And actually we will discover every field of knowledge, including software engineering, is held art and science and engineering. Because again, we have to stop this fight. Because again, people fear software, by the way, in art and science and engineering too, because again, this unfortunately the situation. So, the Gang of 4. which is actually the book of Eric Gama, Richard Helm, Rolf Johnson, and another friend of mine in IBM. God, he passed away, God forgive him. Design patterns eliminates elements of reusable object-oriented software. This is Addison Wesley, professional, October 1994. This is another huge number of traditional analysis and design patterns. Book exists also. It's not only that's the only book. This is again a lot of books, and this topic got really a lot of propaganda. This is for true software engineer. This took actually go far than usual, by the way. So they claim in pattern books as a programming language, in my opinion, those patterns, analysis, and design has nothing to do with software engineering. Software engineering, the main area there, we have to deal with the problem. At least I'm giving you a hint here. They said this is a microarchitecture. I keep wondering, where is the mini and where is the macro architecture? It's not exist. And this architecture is actually coding by now. This is not more than that. Of course, some of them is domainless, like the Gang of 4 books is all domainless patterns, and you could use it everywhere. They're very good tricks in programming by now. And whereas the macro and mini architecture does not exist. The problem is, in this case here, this is not really still, see, when we talk about language, this is a science, by the way, and an art in the same time, too, but it's not engineering, believe it or not. That's why this is a lot of people take this book and make it as a course for software engineering, 1 and 2, believe it or not. This is programming, programming is a big field. This is a big field. Programming is not really something is very simple in software, by the way. But again, as a language we use in our natural language, this is a very small set of natural language. Very simple, but it's problematic. Go and read books on, for example, any language it has a lot of snakes in it, and a lot of problem too, by the way. And people doesn't know how to avoid those problems. So this is actually a solution. They said that a solution for a common problem. This is only a few of them. This is huge. There's many conferences, many patterns. They're not applied to this definition by now. Only 16 to 24 patterns apply to this definition. So they sum it into make it a course for software engineering. This is ridiculous. This is insane, by the way. And actually, get an assignment. Those assignments exist everywhere. This is again very piece of cake for a lot of people because again the code exists in many different languages for those patterns. By the way, this is again a problem. That's why this is a problematic citation. Citation 3, problematics. Actually, I have to go back. I'm sorry. Seems I rush it. Let me see if we have here. This is 3. Citation of Mr. Knuth and actually Barnes. This is a top of the field scientist and engineer. Digestra, 1998 and 2004. Summarize the following problematic issues. Say, Knuth said indicate software engineering is a programming and programming is an art. Well, this is again, agree. He agree about the art of it, by the way. Now, this is the art section. Barnes said, this is Mr. Barnes said, software is a form of engineering. Just a form. This is again, now look at this. This is very important. Now, the adjuster predicted that death of software engineering software and named it radical novelty, miserable science, doomed discipline. So why is this? Because again, like I told you, the people at this time, they probably don't understand software is going to be part of everything. And actually, as a professor, I used to go interview for different universities, and a lot of people in different fields in engineering, they always tell me, what is software engineering? Like, this is something trivial. So I feel like they actually, target me right away. This is a question which is actually, now they all claim they know software engineering. They believe it or not, and they can teach it too by now. Anyhow, so you just kind of see the problematic here. Citation number 4, the Gastra does not believe software is an art or science and engineering. See, we have conflict now. So this is again, Mr. Kunuz, he said, this is an art. Dr. Barnes, he said, this is a form of engineering. And this guy just killed the nature, the software engineer completely, And this is one of the most growing field, cannot do anything without software. So if it exists hardware cannot do anything without software. AI cannot do anything with software. Everything we do is an application of software. So we need to find a way to show the mix of this wonderful formula, art and science and engineering. Dr. Wang emphasized the software engineering is a science. Gango 4 and other traditional patterns are programming, have nothing to do with art and science and engineering. Why is not art in this case? Because again, this programming language are a very small set of natural language. And only talking about syntactic and actually semantic is difficult to do. None. This is again the people just actually mechanisms to really make the language for the computer. You could call it assembly language, you could call it a programming language, you could call it non-determinate language, you could call it determinate, whatever. Keep going. A huge number of languages being developed, more than 30,000 languages being developed. This is crazy, by the way. But we left the software engineering and the different aspect of it out. They tie together. There is no question about that. We're going to show different aspects of really, in this case, when we find you, we'll show you the aspect of art and aspect of science and aspect of engineering. This is another problematic issues from academic and professionals. This is number 1. So what they say, what they do here, during discussion of this problematic issue, many academic and professionals they have no good answers, by the way. Now, there are a few causes in problematic issue. We'll address to criticize in different publication with examples. We'll do that. This is our field here because I believe something very important missing here, which is I'm going to talk about. This is again, most people working on computing, academic and practitioner, are software engineer, as programmers, researcher, manager, staff, faculty. And in the case here, in this case, with any engineering work, this is what really the publication come from. Those existing program, university, training company, gurus, staff authors, learn about proper software engineering. They inherit the form of their previous education and training. So this is business as usual. All of them. There is no even innovation, they stop it. And the funny thing is, you will see discover now the role of many different organizations for really killing innovation there in software. And this is again making software is limited. Now, number 2, most of the people treat software engineering as programming in college of engineering, science and business. They are different. There is no any unified course for software engineering. The standard course we have was a long time ago. This is again, we are far away from the standard course. And every university make a curriculum. This is quite different than any other university. And they make big fuss about it because software engineering seems to be a threat to other people in department and college for some reason. I have no idea why. So the demand for software position is very high and will continue to be high because again, that's what we need. Cannot build a system in any field of knowledge without software. Anyhow, however, many organizations hiring committees of universities and human resource must learn the proper qualification of such a position. They don't know. They have no idea of this proper quality. How they did discover this within the person coming to play that role, by the way. Unfortunately, discrimination influenced the hiring committees and human resource and happened during the entire career experience. In my entire career experience, I saw that. I saw this is really insane, by the way. Which is happening during my, for example, the hiring process on hiring committees, when they prevented a seat hiring and promoting committees, by the way. So this is again, unfortunately, if the hiring committee hired, the promoting committee become a dilemma. This is really bad. That's why, again, they have different scales, different, the existing, we're going to talk about this also in societies and association, and we're going to talk about that. So this is, we'll see. So programming issues, we're still in professional and academics. Let me see what they have here, by the way. The existing software engineering books are all the same. There is no difference between them. They're all very bad. We cannot classify them as a proper form of art and science and engineering. No way. And they copy from each other. And the idea they really propose is not working. And I can tell you why. This is very obvious by now. Unfortunately, many software engineering instructors consider them all the same and do not offer anything related to software engineering. Most of the book has flaws in it, have reduced knowledge of art and science engineering. That's why, for example, I saw a conference, which is actually, I never participated there. For some reason, then, they don't contact me. Software engineering and knowledge, software engineering and software and knowledge engineering. I keep wondering, software engineering and knowledge engineering, they're not mixed, you see? Do you believe me? Yes, I'm going to convince you with that. This is the whole entire lecture I'm going to talk about. Because again, unfortunately, software engineering has no knowledge. The way we do it now is just a simple programming language. Doesn't have any semantics. So they talk about semantic, forget it. This is nonsense, by the way. If you go into the semantics, you go into higher level, there is nothing exists like that. All the existing research is done and going on is a waste of time in software engineering. Believe me, waste of time and money and energy. Billions of dollars. We need to have new direction research agenda in accurate software engineering. We do that. This is an urgent message to everybody concerned about technology and building unified and stable systems. Most of the software system has a lot of problems, had a lot of cans of worm all the time, and causing a lot of harm to a lot of people in different knowledge discipline, by the way. So, because it's not done properly, Another one was professional and academic. The program and think they are software engineering, which indicates software engineering is programming by majority of these people, by the way, according to the proper software engineering, it is less than 5% of the software development life cycle. See, life cycle here, also the way it exists is very bad. So life cycle has requirement, design, architecture, coding, testing, and maintenance. You know, coding is supposed to be 5%. It turned out they have coding as 95%. This is really bizarre. Cannot be. So those answers to the question related to cancellation of many systems, maintenance nightmare. We need to really fix this. This is not going to go on forever. This is a loss of a lot of money, by the way, and energy and time. This appearance of software, they just cancel. Short lifespan of many software existing systems, by the way, and failure of 98% of startup, legacy systems, billions of dollars. This is really insane. That's why a lot of people start giving up on software. Oh, this is a situation, we have to live with it. Wrong. We cannot live with this. We have to fix this. We have to, not to fix it, we have to look into different directions. As a practitioner academic, I have been in software engineering for more than 45 years. Unfortunately, software researchers, academic and professional, need deep knowledge of proper software engineering. They need that. We need to provide that. I'm planning to provide this. And I will explain why and how we're going to do that too. Say, you have to see what I'm going on here. Maybe you think I'm crazy. No, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth about the situation of software engineering. The big problem issues in software engineering itself. This is the first one. So huge. We'll explore a few of them because again, there's a huge list of problems. We in software engineering space, this is we're talking about two space. One, the problem space, and one, the solution space. We actually, in the problem space, we're failing completely. We don't know how to do it. Tell you why. Explain this. We build a requirement for an instance of the system. No, this is not good. We build this based on concept. Concept, it change all the time. Concept is tangible. Cannot build system on tangibility. And when you tell people you build on even conceptualization of anything, people get away from it. I agree. Because again, we need to start building this on unified word. A unified word is a lot better and actually has encapsulated knowledge. It does not exist in software engineering. This issue, I will really go deeper into it and explain to you. We don't know how to do functional requirement, and actually this represents the problem. And actually most of the people, when I teach them, everybody at university will say we are a solution-oriented college or department. In software engineering, I wish to really switch it to we are a problem-oriented, understanding of problem orientation in this case. Not the solution. Solution is too many. And all of them is bad except one. That's what really the solution is based in this case. The how-to. So the problem is based to describe the what, the how-to, we're all expert in it. And we have as many solutions as we want. And you cannot get into the ultimate solution, unfortunately. That's why we have nightmares, we have a lot of losses in money, we have dependency on hardware, we have a lot of problems in this case. Let me say the problem is best. So problem space only exists in some places. I'll be honest with you, only just a minimum thing. It could be better and miss the problem space in software engineering, leading to building software development as an instance of problem. This is a problem. Vast number of software applications per instance. For example, machine learning. God, I'm working on machine learning books right now, 2x9. So machine learning, deep learning. I discovered the size of the market. There are billions of dollars. How many machine learning building organization in this world? Huge. And each one of them different. And they have different algorithms. And this algorithm has problem too by now because they don't understand the problem space of the algorithm. They just find a solution for certain things and they do it for certain application. That's it. This is really a waste of time and money. We need to do a unification of this. That's why we have to stop building application per instance. To do this, we have to understand the problem space very well. We don't understand it. This is, again, we've been failing in this for many years since I've been in this field, by the way, which is really, come to the solution space. Solution space simply, we're talking, the problem is one. Solution space here, it actually is considered to be the mini solution. This is a solution space. Everybody is expert in solution. We have architect, they have nothing to do with functional requirement. They actually jump right away into solution. There is no book talk about the problem space. I guarantee it. I would like to see any author talk to me about the problem space in their books. Even in modeling, they ignore it. They cannot come closer to it. So the solution space provide many solutions. Unfortunately, however, this is also a disaster and misses the ultimate solution. Because again, the problem is one, we don't know how to do it. Functional, non-functional requirement, therefore, the solution is many, you cannot get the ultimate solution. And this is a problem, 2x9. Now, coming into the second problem, specialized in software engineering professor, as a specialized software engineering professor are needed at many software engineering programs in computer science and computer engineering. And sometimes in math, because computer software now become a college by itself. Oh, don't tell many university that. Many university would disagree. But software engineering become a very unique college by itself anyhow. So computer engineering, mathematics, information system, other college needed more. For example, in San Jose, this is again an all CSU system. Software engineering program are extensive. And it's minimal of faculty members for the number of students, unfortunately. But they don't have any, and I'm the only professor there. They actually harass me all the time. And they did a lot of problem to me. So this is again crazy. This is insane. And actually they have the lecture. They give the lectures. I mean, they're cheap in teaching software engineering. And the majority of our department is software engineering is student, but in hardware, they are the majority of faculty 2x9. They hate software engineering. They claim they know software engineering. It's crazy. And this is the second point too, by the way. So computer engineering department serves in San Jose State University, served in 2,300 students, undergraduate and graduate. Only a small number in computer engineering. The rest is software engineering. They didn't get the proper courses there in software engineering. I could comment on other courses. There is no need to. Yeah, this is not really mine. It offers BS and MS degree, computer and software engineering. The software engineering programs serve more than 2,000 graduate students and undergraduate. I don't really know the numbers around, that's approximate. Are considered software engineering faculty and part-time lecturers who are not qualified. They teach software engineering and software management, in this course. This is a dilemma, very big dilemma. In contrast with courses in software section of the department, this is our software courses. And this is very, it's not as much as other really hardware or computer engineering. In this case, show you also they have here number 3. Existing software engineering methodology, method, techniques, process have a lot of problems. This is insane. It has a lot of pitfalls too, and problematic issue, and not appropriate. Most of them is not appropriate for software engineering. Such existing domain analysis, abstraction techniques, modeling standards, a function and non-function requirement, architecture testing, huge. This is actually massive. Techniques and application, but they have problems. They have a lot of problems. And software engineering, I discovered you cannot teach from book. The books is bad. And actually, I'm going to propose a complete course for unified course for everybody. You could actually pick and choose. And actually, the pick and choose is going to help you to teach software engineering correctly and to apply it also at the same time. You're going to be an expert in it. You see? We are developing, in this case, in our time, as we do, this is actually developing instant-oriented software engineering and application based on what we all call industrial objects. This is our application object, by the way, intangibles, changeables, and actually no to most people, which is actually concepts. Look at any books in software engineering, they say concept. Now is just a collection of concepts from everywhere. And everybody has their own view of the concept. It's crazy. And we used to have what we call religious war, it still exists. So the people responsible for certain conference, they don't want to come around. We don't come around. We actually conceptual oriented people here. Work on our own concept. You're different. Keep away. This is again insane. It happened to me even in my columns. I wrote columns between $1,000 to $6,000 a column, 1,000 word. That's it. Now this is again, it is insane. So you see, that's a problem. Now, two important questions. One, do we have a way to fix all the above problematic issue and pitfalls? Yes, we are. We have. We will provide fix in many new horizons in these upcoming lectures and materials and books and stuff like that. We're doing that right now. So a lot of work, but again, this is actually important to everybody. Second question, is software engineering art and science and engineering? Yes. I'm going to tell you further. Any system you work on, it has art and science and engineering. And again, I'm going to lecture this and show you what's the aspect of art, what's the aspect of science, what's the aspect of engineering. They have to be all there. You can concentrate on one, you actually ignore the others. It is impossible. Of course, Dr. Wang is one of the top researchers in many areas of research. Amazing guy. Only research. Software is more applicable. We have to apply it. We have to use it. Because our dynamic and everything in our society and everything we build based on software. So, we'll illustrate in all domain knowledge, including software engineering, is an art and science and engineering in part 3. This is again just to show you. So we're going here and see conclusions. Stop using concepts. This is no good. This is no good at all. Concepts is actually, like I told you, tangible, it's changeable, and it cannot be building anything on top of it. That's why the life of software engineering application is actually very small. Many of the company use, for example, engine, the way they build it now is still the same problem. We have to provide a way for building unified engines, and these unified engines would really be free from maintenance. It has to be hardware independent. It has to be, I'm doing that, called fuse. So this is, again, like I told you, we have many questions here to really answer. And to do, when I really open up to this, I'm going to start building questions and ask people to participate. I'm planning to do this worldwide, by the way. Thank you very much for hearing my second lectures on software engineering, critical look at software engineering. Thank you.